And on this video, I'm going over the 5 common mistakes to avoid when you're buying a home. Coming up. What is up, everyone, and thank you for tuning into this video. And on this video, I'm going over the 5 common mistakes to avoid when you are buying a home, whether it be your first home or maybe just a refresher. These are 5 common mistakes you are going to want to avoid. So if you don't already know who I am, my name is Brad Armstrong. I'm a local realtor here in Southern Oregon, primarily the Rogue Valley area. And if this is your first time on my channel, thank you for tuning in. And don't forget to hit like, share this, drop any questions you have below in the comments. I love hearing your guys' feedback. Also, don't forget to hit subscribe and hit that notification bell so you are notified as soon as these weekly educational real estate videos come out. I enjoy making these videos for you guys just to kind of help educate you and help you understand the home buying and selling process more, as well as just giving you tips and tricks to, you know, get more for your money, more for your dollar or whatever, and all that. So let's go ahead and dive into this. Mistake number 1 that I see people make when you are starting the home buying process is you start to shop for homes before you shop for a mortgage. So don't start shopping for a home until you've obtained a pre-approval or pre-qualification from a lender. Now, the reason why I say this is when you start shopping for homes and you start walking through homes, you don't know what you're actually qualified for. So the home that you are walking through, that you are falling in love with currently, might be out of your price range. And let's use this for an example. If you're walking through a $350,000 home and you're like, man, this home is gorgeous, this would be perfect for my family. And then you go out and you get pre-qualified, and now all of a sudden you are more on the low ends of the $200,000. Now, in our area alone, I can tell you right now that there's a big difference between the $350,000 homes and, you know, the low 200s. Okay, so you might be a little discouraged once you've already seen like the home that you really want compared to the home that you can afford. So definitely speak with a lender before you start going and touring homes and shopping. I know that in the era that we live in, you know, Zillow and Trulia, Realtor.com, all these other places where you could sit there on your phone all day on your lunch break or when you should be working and browsing homes, it's really easy to get caught up in shopping for the homes before getting pre-qualified. So definitely get pre-qualified, please. Now, mistake number 2 that I see all the time is only getting one mortgage quote. Now, you are going to want to shop around just like you shop around for cars or whatever it is. You always want to shop around for the best deal. Not all lenders are created equal, so make sure you are shopping. One mistake I see a lot of people make too is they tend to only want to use the bank that they bank with. Now, not saying that they won't be able to give you the best deal, but you are still going to want to shop around. There's going to be certain loan programs that certain lenders are offer that, you know, your bank won't be able to, or other lenders won't. Some Joe Schmo over here might be able to give you lower closing costs, a better interest rate than this person over here. So just make sure you are shopping around, and then you can also start, as you are shopping around, you know, bidding them against each other and just let them know, be like, hey, I was approved for, you know, this is what this lender is able to do for me. Can you beat that or at least match it? And then you're also going to want to make sure that the lender that you are working with is, you know, easy to talk to and get a hold of when you have questions. And I'll dive a little bit more into this in one of the other mistakes. Mistake number 3 is going to be not figuring out how much you can actually afford. What I mean by this is just because a lender told you that you are pre-approved to up to $300,000 doesn't mean that you need to start shopping for homes that are $300,000. You're going to want to make sure that what your monthly mortgage payment is something that you can afford on a month-to-month basis. And most lenders are going to tell you the exact same thing when you're getting pre-qualified. They're going to say, what do you want your monthly mortgage to be? And then they'll tell you based off that, okay, this is the price range that you should be looking in. So just make sure that you can afford the home that you want on a month-to-month basis. And then mistake number 4 is going to be underestimating the cost of home ownership. Especially in our area, it is in some cases cheaper to actually own a home, if not the same, maybe a little bit more, but roughly around the same as far as like rent to mortgage ratio goes. But there are things that people don't take into consideration, that, you know, your landlord is most likely paying, you know, garbage, some utilities, those kind of things. Repairs is a big one. And when you become a homeowner, I promise you there's going to be repairs to be made once you get into the home. Things go wrong all the time. Now, what I tend to recommend my clients do when we start or if we find a place that you want to put an offer on, just kind of give you a dollar amount on what you can expect with your estimated mortgage payment and bills, is call the utility companies and ask them, be like, hey, I'm thinking about buying this home. What is the average monthly bill for this home? And then just get that all penciled out so you know what it is, because maybe the home that you're buying has an outrageous power bill for whatever reason. And that might be the reason why you are no longer able to afford that home. So it's just really good to look into these things and make sure that you know the dollar amount that you can expect to pay on a month-to-month basis. And then tip number 5 is probably the biggest and most important one, I think, and that is making sure that you don't go out and open up any new lines of credit or put anything on credit cards. I like to play it safe and just tell my clients to avoid using credit cards at all during the home buying process, because I wouldn't want anything to ruin the opportunity for you to become a homeowner. And I've seen it time and time again where people will be all excited that they are going to be homeowners. We're going to be closing in the next week. So they go out and they buy a bunch of new furniture for their home, or they treat themselves to a new car, whatever it may be. And now their debt to income ratio is off, and that lender is no longer able to approve them for the mortgage, and now they're out of the home. They don't get that home. So tip number 1 for that is definitely just avoid all costs putting anything, opening up new lines of credit until after you've closed on your home. And then if for whatever reason it's a pressing matter that you need to buy this, whatever it may be, just double check with your lender and just ask, be like, hey, maybe, or if I was to buy this, is this going to ruin me as far as closing on the home? Which kind of brings me back to making sure that the lender you pick is someone that you can communicate well with and get a hold of when you have questions like this. So I hope you guys found this video helpful, and if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Always don't forget to hit subscribe and check out these videos over here that also will be a good benefit to you if you're a first-time home buyer. So thanks for watching, guys.